Pallof press. This is an awesome exercise for your core. I love this drill very much. You can do it with a band or a cable machine. So if you're doing it with a band, obviously the thicker the band, the more difficult the resistance, the harder it's going to be. I would say start with the red one and see if you need to make it difficult, more difficult or slightly easy. There are some bands that are a little bit easier than this as well, like the yellow band and the Thera bands. If you're using a cable machine, you set the pulley up at the height of your shoulder, so slide the pulley up or down until you get about here. You're just going to have that handle attachment on. That's sort of like that piece of plastic that you carabiner on, and you do the same motion. With a band, all I've done is loop the band around, threaded it through itself, and you're going to put the band on your hand, clasp your fingers together just like this, close your hands, keep it towards your chest when you take a step out, and then when you start to feel the band tugging, so this is slack. When you feel that there's no slack in the band anymore, you can extend your arms like this. And the idea of the exercise is to hold it there as long as you can without the band slowly pulling your arms this way. So now my arms aren't center, or without slowly dropping them or lifting them up. So you want to keep your arms shoulder height parallel to the floor, and you want to keep the middle of your fist in line here with the middle of your chest. So you're finding a distance away from the attachment point that you're going to be able to hold for the certain time that you need to do the exercise, or the certain amount of breaths. So if I say do this exercise for 10 breaths, I just mean do this. You're going to do that 10 times. That's hold for 10 breaths. So you want to find a distance away that you can hold that exercise for the 10 breaths. There's another way to do this too. There's an isometric Pallof press, and then there is the Pallof press for reps. So the one for reps, you do the same thing, get it into the same starting position, hold it out in front, and this one you bring towards your chest and then push it back out again. So this one's a little bit more challenging because your body wants to create this curve going around like this, but you want to try and move the band along a straight path as you bring it away from your body, then back towards the chest. So that one's usually for repetitions. Turn around, going the other way. So if I'm holding it, I'm standing just like this, keeping it straight, not letting my hands go that way or that way, finding it as far out as they can go. If I'm doing for reps, the dynamic version, the Pallof press forward and back, then I'm bringing it to my chest, arms going out again, trying not to let my hands go towards the band. You can also layer bands if you want this to be more difficult. There's fun little things you can do, little drills where you slide a plate onto the band. You put the band through the middle of the plate, and then the plate is bouncing around and shaking while you're trying to keep it stable. Really, really good exercise for your whole midsection. So you should feel it around the front of your body. If your lower back starts to hurt, you're standing too far away or your arms aren't in the right position. So just make sure you're feeling it in your core and everything feels solid and it's burning in a muscular way and not in a worrying way. So that is the banded Pallof press.